Hi guys, and this is Alex, and today we are going to be talking about a game that I love dearly, and that I had been waiting 4 years for, an insane amount of time for. We're going to be talking about Manor. Now, I love Manor. I love Manor, even though I haven't gotten like a ton of playtime in the game. We're going to be discussing the problems with Manor and my hope for Manor. And it basically, in this video, and basically we're going to talk about the problems first, and then what I hope for second. This is more of just a review video than it is a demeaning video. It's not really going to be that bad, don't worry about it. Let's get right into the video. Alright guys, so the problems with Manor. My problem with Manor, and I think a lot of other people think so, is it is very easy to put 30 hours into the game, 40 hours into the game when you first play it, or when it first came out for me. However, the gameplay loop and how after you do your first village and after you beat the game for the first time, the gameplay loop becomes very monotonous and very boring. Once you get your army all the way built up and you're fighting, just taking over the entire map, the diversity in troops is very low. The tactics you don't need to employ as many tactics, and it just gets very monotonous towards the end of a playthrough. And playthroughs only last like 5 to 10 hours at most. And that's just because, okay, yeah, the game is in early access, and a lot of these problems just stem from the game not being completed. But yeah, so when you load up a game, you're having a lot of fun, you're making all your shit. After a few years, and after you have a decent-sized army, the rest of the game is very because you're not really making much additions to your own, like, actual village. You're making a new settlement, or you're just fighting the bear. That's basically the rest of the game. And when you're not, and when you're just focusing on your own, like, village, you're just recouping your losses that you had, and you're getting more troops, or something like that. In this video, I faced a problem where I ran into a thing where I filled up on troops. I couldn't have any more troops, and it made it pretty difficult. I had to just fully armor them up, and what ended up happening is I had to go in, and this is something that added to the game, and it made it a lot less monotonous. But still, it was kind of annoying because I had to go in. I had to go and level up all the houses so all the people could wear Andersons, all the people could wear chain, all the people could wear plate armor. And that's just part of the game, that's just function of the game, that's not going to change. But it added something to it, and that's very cool. The new maps that they added, the river map, I don't really like the river map as much because it's kind of just the same thing with the river. I don't think the bridges are utilized as well as they should be. I have played it. There are some the bridges, but it's not commonplace. Your battles are just pretty much going to be very basic. The battles are pretty similar. You'll have a bridge battle every once in a while, and the thing is that you can't fish out of the river, so it's not as worthwhile as I think the mountainous ranges, because it adds a new type of map, very linear, more linear progression, because you're just taking all the different territories, which I really like. I think that's really cool. And it's a lot shorter gameplay loop. It's a lot hard. You face a lot more difficulties just building stuff because of the terrain. I think that's very, very cool. And now we're gonna get to my hopes for the game. So, I don't know if he's already said this. I think he may have. I think, let's talk about the updates that have happened. First, the updates that have happened are fishing. I really like that. You can have pigs now, which is very cool. I really like that too. Um, and the building aspect of the game is great. It just gets very, very kind of slow when you start getting later into a run or something like that. And I really like I really like that. I really like how the building. I don't really like how you slow towards it. I really like how you level up in the game, how you certain unlocking points and that. I think that's very, very cool. I love the fishing update. I love that. I love how he keeps on adding more and more kind of unlockable features. I love that. Most of the building stuff I really, really like. It's more of the combat. The combat is still amazing. I think it's my favorite individual game of all time. I'd say more than Bannerlords. And I really like it. I really like how you can customize the short swords where. I really like how you can kind of customize the weapons, customize the units. I love how you have to build all of that stuff. I love the retinue customization. I love that. I think it'd be really cool if you could do more customization with retinue. I think it'd be really cool if there were some more units tossed in there. But overall, I think it's very, very good. I think it'd be really cool if they added, maybe the map was a lot bigger, or there were, like, the AI actually had cities. That'd be so cool, because instead of just fighting an enemy that is unperceivable besides their army, I think that'd be amazing. You can see their capital city, you can see it grow, you can see it as adapt as yours does, you can see them conquer territory, and stuff like that. I think that would be really cool, because it just adds another, some urban fighting would be amazing. I think that's very, very cool. Of course, I think that's more farther in the future. I think that it would be kind of an amazing thing to add to the game. Another thing I would really like is the Manor being more useful. I think that the retinue is a little too small. I think that the Manor itself is very... I mean, you just build it for your retinue and then you're done. I don't think it really has a pretty big function in combat besides that. I think it'd be really cool if you could upgrade the walls and stuff like that, and that bandits or an army that's attacking the thing, they lay siege to your Manor. I think that'd be very, very cool. It add kind of like a siege thing to your game, and I think that'd be amazing. Like, I would really like to see some just, and also like attacking the Baron's home. That'd be very cool to siege his castle kind of thing. And also I'd like, some units more. But I think that's very cool. Armor. I love what the armor they've put in the game for retinue. That's very cool. I think there's some units in the game that don't need to be there, like the polearm units. They don't need to be there yet because there's no horses. Crossbow, I think they're alright. I don't really know if they're better or worse than bows are at this point. I've used both of them, but I can honestly tell you that crossbows in real life are very effective against horses. So why not add that when there's horses? I get it, it's because you want to continue the, moving forward of the game. Still, I think that'd be very cool if you just add them all at the same time. So like that. Another thing is sheep. I really don't know what they're used for. I haven't used them once when I've played the game. I don't really know at all what to do with them. I don't know how to work them. I don't know how you do it. And I think that might be a little bit problem, making it a little bit more easier to do that. I think that'd be very cool. And that's my thoughts. That's what I want to see in the game. And I guess that's not really a problem with Mandalorian. It's just not a completed game. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching. I mean, it's not supposed to be a completed game. Thank you guys for watching. Like, subscribe, comment, give me feedback in the comment section. Good night to me. Good day to you. I'll see you guys next time. Thank you guys. See y'all later.